You won't even believe it. But if you have a plant that isn't growing, a plant that won't bloom in your home, or even a plant that is past the time to bear fruit but hasn't produced anything yet, pay very close attention to this. The problem with your plant might not be a lack of fertilizer, but it could be an excess of it, or using the wrong kind at the wrong time. What's worse is that there are a lot of people using ingredients they think will help their plants bloom, but in reality, they are actually killing the plant. Today, I am going to show you the little recipe I use to make even cacti bloom, but it works for any plant. Look at this. They grow, they flower, and even fruit-bearing plants start producing with this recipe today. But the best part of all is that this recipe is simple, inexpensive, and like all the recipes and tips we provide here, it is proven right here in our nursery. Of course, science proves it too. I am going to explain the reason for all of this to you in this video. I know very well how frustrating it is to want to see your plant blooming, forming beautiful fruits, seeing it grow, developing, and prospering. Of course, you dedicate love, care, and time, and while it doesn't die, it also doesn't move forward. That is why I am going to make this recipe along with you. But look, do not rush. The most common mistake is trying to solve this by forcing the plant at the wrong time or in the wrong way. So, follow this guidance. Everything is already prepared for us to make this recipe together. But before the recipe, remember this. A weak plant doesn't need force. It needs recovery. When you balance your plant's soil, the roots start to work better. The plant begins to absorb more nutrients, and it naturally responds better. That is exactly what this mixture is going to do for your plant right now. I will show you the ingredients now, and stay alert because each one has a clear reason for being used in our recipe. I will tell you the reason for each one, so that you don't just make the recipe, but know exactly what you are doing and putting on your plants. The base for our recipe is simple. It's water. Everyone, preferably chlorine-free, which is precisely the vehicle that will carry the nutrients to the roots. The second ingredient is aloe vera. We are going to need approximately 4 fingers of a very thick aloe vera leaf. You will cut it. And remember, whenever you remove the aloe vera, wait a few moments for that yellow part of the aloe to drain out. We are going to need it like this, just the gel from the inside. And then you will cut the aloe into small pieces like this. And why is aloe vera so important in this recipe? Because here we have one of the greatest and best root regenerators for plants. It doesn't just stimulate the roots, it improves nutrient absorption and helps the plant react faster to all types of preparation, fertilization, and pest control. And mainly, it is great for holding moisture in our plant's soil. What you cannot do is put in more than what we recommended here. The aloe vera will be mixed with other ingredients. So, this is the measurement. 4 fingers of a very thick leaf, cut into very small pieces for the preparation. Look at how beautiful this is. Now comes the ingredient that almost everyone uses incorrectly because they put in the wrong amount. For 1 liter of water, we are going to put in only 1 spoonful of this ingredient here that most people throw away. This is coffee grounds. You know that coffee you brew, drink, and then throw the grounds left in the filter away? Don't do that anymore. Save it. Put it in a place to dry. Because this, used the right way, becomes growth fuel. It brings nitrogen and organic matter, helping the plant sprout new leaves and gain vigor. The secret is to use a small amount and mix it very well, as we are going to do in a moment. Pay attention to this video until the end. Without calcium, a plant might even grow, but it cannot sustain flowers, and it cannot sustain fruit. So, we are now going to enrich our plant with calcium. This is why the bud falls off, the flower doesn't open, and the fruit doesn't set. It is a lack of this right here. And how do we do this, team? It's the eggshells that you throw away. You just need to save them, let them dry, and then you can crush them in a mortar or hit them in a blender until they turn into a powder like this. This releases calcium slowly to your plant, besides being organic matter that benefits the life in the soil. And what we will need here is just one shallow, small spoonful, okay? Very finely crushed eggshells to offer structure, roots, and support. But they need to be well ground, almost like a powder, to release the nutrients gradually. If they are too large, they take too long to release nutrients and end up being ineffective. In a powder like this, it releases quickly. The plant can already absorb it, and it continues releasing over time. For a long time, your plant will have calcium. And here now, we have the main ingredients and nutrients that our plant needs to develop, grow, bloom, and produce fruit. Folks, this is wonderful, but you won't be able to use it just like this, right? We are going to prepare this for use, and at the end, I will bring a bonus tip that I use here in the nursery that makes all the difference in bringing a faster result, because this here will work for a good long time. But if you do the last tip we are going to give you here, which is an ingredient we put in here after it's already prepared, before applying it to the plant, you will have a much faster result. I want you to test it, and then tell me here. Let's then prepare this for the plants, so the soil can absorb all the nutrients we have here. No plant can absorb it in this form. So, what we are going to do is hit it in the blender and leave this solution homogeneous, with everything well ground, and the nutrients already released into the complete solution. So, I'm going to give it a mix here, with these ingredients still in the container I set up to make this recipe. And then we will have all these ingredients more or less mixed. And now we are going to pour it here into the blender to blend all of this and make the nutrients available for our plants. Look at this. Let's put it in the blender. Now we cover the blender so it doesn't make a mess and blend it. Look at how this is going to look after being blended. But we aren't going to use it just like this yet. Here it is, already rich in nutrients. But now I'm going to give you the final tip. Here you have a powerful, organic, and homemade fertilizer that has a lot to offer your plants: growth, flowering, fruiting, and root health. Now there is a little secret I use here, which is liquid NPK 10-10-10-10-10 plus micronutrients, which is for those of you who want to speed up the result even more while still maintaining a low-cost fertilizer. But here we are going to use this in a reduced quantity. The recommendation is 1 capful for 1 liter of water applied directly to the plants. However, we have noticed that better results happen when we make this mixture and add only half a capful of the liquid NPK 10-10-10 plus micros. Then we add it in a reduced amount. And now you can mix this whole mixture together with the NPK, which is concentrated nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, plus micronutrients. And now, yes, we are going to apply it to the plants. And it's no use having gold in your hand, a powerful recipe extremely rich in low-cost nutrients, if you don't know how to use it. So come with me, and I will teach you now how this is applied to your plant. For plants in small pots, and it can be any type of plant: succulents, cacti, flowering plants, desert roses, fruit trees, it doesn't matter. For small pots, what you will need is half of one of these 250 milliliter plastic cups of this nutrition of ours, and then you will water around your plant. I also really want you to comment down below which city you are watching our video from, how far we are reaching, and if the videos are simple and easy for you to apply there in your home, because our goal is to bring tested, proven content for you to apply and have significant results there in your house for free, without needing to pay for this content. Half a cup for small pots, but what about large pots? since I have my fruit trees in pots, or even plants in the ground. How do I apply this fertilizer? Now what we are going to do is the preparation for application on large plants. I'm going to need a full cup like this. This is for large plants in pots, okay folks? In larger pots of up to 20 liters of capacity. I'm going to apply it then here on my Leia rubra. And look at the size of this pot she is in. Then we are going to take a whole cup for a pot of this size with approximately 25 liters of capacity. Look at the size of it, see? And let's apply it around our plant. What is important is that you never apply this when there is very strong sunlight, because this fertilizer is extremely concentrated, and you should not apply any fertilizer when the sun is hitting your plant strongly. For plants that are in the ground, what you will apply, folks, is 2 very full 250 milliliter cups, that is 500 milliliters for plants in the ground, especially fruit trees that are in the ground. You will apply this solution in double the amount. It's 2 of these 250 milliliter cups, totaling 500 milliliters. And the frequency of application cannot be continuous, folks. You will apply this fertilizer, which is extremely powerful for your plant, every 30 to 45 days. Exaggeration is not good for your plant. You need to apply it in a continuous manner, but not an exaggerated manner, because that will harm your plant. Eating too much is bad for us, and it's bad for our plants too. And it is a wonderful thing to have your plants blooming like this, in a healthy and natural way. By the way, leave your comment here with the grade you give today's content, from 0 to 10. What grade does this content deserve? If you want more content like this, just subscribe and activate the notification bell below to learn how to produce fruit, grow your plants, and plant and root the plants you have there in your home. I am already preparing a lot of new videos for you, but don't forget to share this video with other people, because I am sure today's video will help many people have abundant production, magnificent flowers, and much healthier plants at home. I'm heading out now. I'll leave a suggested video for you to binge watch our channel. A big kiss on your heart. Until the next video, bye-bye. If this guide has changed the way you look at the struggling plants in your garden, please subscribe and like this video. We are unearthing the natural secrets that have been forgotten to help you grow a better future. Your support allows us to keep sharing these proven techniques for free. The next treasure of gardening wisdom will be revealed very soon. Stay tuned and keep growing.